We want to continue here where we left off in the last segment about how Potiphar's wife lied on Joseph. God was with Joseph. No matter where he went, even in prison, out of prison, in a hole, in a soul to the Muslim, God would, and you just couldn't get, God was not going to separate himself from Joseph. I can tell you that right now. He was with him. But Potiphar's wife wanted to have sex with him, and Joseph didn't want no part of that. So she set him up. She lied. I'm going to read you the story here. And then we're going to get back to what's going to happen this weekend. Verse 13 of Genesis chapter 39. And when it came to pass, when she saw that he fled and left his garment, in other words, a little background there, she tried to make Joseph get in bed with her, and he wouldn't do it. So she said, well, see, he took off his jacket, he tried to rape me. Verse 14. Then she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, see, he hath brought in a Hebrew unto us to mock us, and he came in unto lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. That woman lied. That woman lied. She lied. Anyway. And it came to pass when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. She lied. And she laid upon his garment by her until his Lord came home. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, the Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried. Now she lied to her husband now. You lie. Potiphar should have known better. Then he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard, that is Potiphar, the words of his wife, which were all flat out lies, which he spake unto him, saying, after this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. That's Potiphar got mad with Joseph. And Joseph's master took him and put him in the prison and placed him in the king's prison. He was bound and he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph, verse 21, and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. You know, my thing is this, and don't misunderstand me. Somebody say, oh, Pastor Manning, he's a doubter. My thing is this, wait a minute. So God is with Joseph, right? and then to talk about how the Lord was with Joseph in the prison. My thing is this, Lord, if you're with him, keep him out of prison. I mean, come on. That makes sense. Now, I'm not chastising the Lord. Let's go. I'm not doubting Jesus, but I'm thinking about this. Why let him go? If you and the Lord, if Joseph and the Lord got it going on, keep him out of prison. If Joseph and the Lord got it going on, don't let the woman lie on him. If Joseph and the Lord got it going on, stop it in the first place. But okay, so Pastor Manning doubting about, I ain't doubting nothing. I didn't say that. I'm just asking a question. I got the right to ask a question. That's what prayer is called. We ask questions. That's what prayer is. I want to ask a question. What do you want to ask? What you want to know? But no, here's the answer. I know the answer. I was just jigging with you. The answer is this, is that God had to let him go through some things to get him the way he wanted, and let him go to prison to get him to the king's place. You see what I'm saying? If that woman had not lied on him, he would never went to prison. He was in Potiphar's house, but that wasn't good enough. God wanted to get him in the king's palace, and he had to go to the prison first. And maybe that's how it is with you. Maybe that's what's going on with your life. You got to go through the prison first and to get to the king's palace. But God was with him, no matter where he went, and no matter what happened to him. Now, so if you look at Joseph's life up to this point, now we didn't get to Pharaoh yet, but up to this point, his brothers hated him. They did. And they tried to kill him. They thought about killing him. They've changed their mind about that. They put him in a pit. Then they later sold him to some Muslims. He goes down. God's with him. And you know, I can say this to you. We have preached poverty out of the ATLAH World Missionary Church. We have. And people who give their lives to this ministry, they are blessed. Because the Lord is with us. The Lord is with us, and whatever we do prospers. Whatever we do prospers. You're going to see something on Saturday. And with the Christmas presentation, that's going to blow your mind. Because whatever we do prospers, everything we do. Now, that is not to say that we don't get attacked. The courts come against us. The LGBTQ come against us. The Negroes come against us. The rednecks come against us. I mean, they all fight us. They all fight us all the time. But God is with us. And what they meant for evil, God is going to bring a king-size blessing out of it. Let me wrap this up here. Verse 22. Verse 21, but the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy and gave him in favor in the sight, in his sight, and keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatever he did there, he was the doer of it. And the keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, being Joseph, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper. And the same thing God does with me. I was in prison too, and God made my hand to prosper as well. So we give God the praise for the opportunity to share with you today. Now, before I go, I'm going to get back to Abraham, back to Joseph, back to Hannah. I got to finish Hannah now, in terms of God shut her womb, and God has shut up your womb, and you have not been able to give birth to your great life, but your day is coming by Christmas or by New Year's Eve. The birth is going to happen. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.